Good morning, everybody. I am making this video in honor of a very special woman on YouTube and in general. I ran across Wendy Whitman's channel on a fluke, and years ago, I tried to make jewelry, and it wasn't the best. I didn't understand what I was doing. I had no guidance. Back then, I really didn't understand YouTube. And then it was like probably 12 years ago, 10, 12 years ago, or more. So I really did not have the knowledge or the guidance. But a little over a year ago, I came across Wendy Whitman's channel. And I started watching her videos. And it's been probably, you're going to hear the noise. I'm in my camper because I am still working on it. It's in the garage. But Wendy Whitman, her channel is so inspiring. Her videos are so knowledgeable. You can learn so much from watching her videos. Her passing a couple of days ago took the beading community by shock. She gave so much of herself to everybody she came in contact with, not just her family and her close friends, but to the beading community and anyone that reached out for help. She was always there to lend a hand, to give guidance, and she was very easy to follow. And I joined Bargain Bead Box because of her. And she helped me step out of my comfort zone and to begin doing beading videos. I'm not perfect. And a lot of times I leave my mistakes in because that's how you learn, how you show other people that, hey, everybody makes mistakes. So this video is going to be kind of long. I have wanted to go shelling myself for a very long time. I have not made it this year like I wanted to, mainly because of between moving and everything that's going on with my life this summer. It's just a long ways for me to go shelling. So I just haven't made it. I will eventually, and I hope to kind of get that done. And if you hear pauses, I will try to, if it gets too loud in the garage, I will clear that out. But my heartfelt sympathy to all of Wendy's family, because she was very close to her family. And I hope that as her granddaughter gets older, she can look at her Nana's videos and get to know her through those, and also be inspired by her beading and maybe learn to bead herself through watching those videos. So what I'm going to do today is a couple of bracelets and a couple of necklaces. And one of the videos that always stuck with me was the ones where she made where you can detach part of the necklace and use it or replace it with another piece. Which what I'm going to do today is the part that's going to be able to be detached. I have a frog in my throat this morning. Can also be used as a bracelet. And then I will also make, if I have time, a second piece that could be used also in there. So the very first thing I'm going to do is a necklace, because Wendy loved to go shelling. I have actually have several of these. They are slices of a shell that's been polished, much like you would like a geode and things like that, where they slice them and polish them and make them look pretty. This is a actual shell, and I had several of these, and I've sold some. The only thing I didn't like is they already came with the already glued in. I would prefer they didn't, but we're going to work with it. I have a length of chain, and I have, I had taken apart, so I have harvested all of these, including these really cool pearls. They're flat. I'm just going to add these all to a chain. I was going to bead these onto a length of beading wire or some cord, and I thought about that, and I don't know, I may still just bead these onto leather, and I may bead these onto a leather also and make a leather bracelet. I could still do that. I wonder if my leather is thin enough to go through there, but I could use I could use what do you call them? Oh, jump rings for the ones that are too tiny. Let me get my leather out. Let me pause you. Okay, I strung them on leather just to see how they would look. They do not look good. So let me go ahead and get these started. Okay. I got my phone charger and plugged it in. If you hear anything weird, I'm sitting on a vinyl cover on these cushions. So, like I said, it did not look right with leather. So we're just going to find the center of this. Oh my goodness. Guys, honestly, I'm not ready to put all my beading stuff out in the camper because I still have some renovating to do, and it's just taking time. I'm going to find the center, so I'm going to take and put this eye pin through here, do this, and find basically the center here. And when I find the center, which I'm going to get a hold of this link, I'm going to use this link as my center link. Like I said, you're going to hear power tools. Let me get a hold of that link a little better. Okay, there's my center. And I'm off a couple. I'm going to hold out like this. They're even. Okay, so we're even. That's going to be my center. That's where I'm going to put this. But I'm going to need a couple of jump rings. So let me find my tiny little gold jump rings. Those two are stuck together. I keep throwing them back in there and I keep pulling them out. So let's get some of these jump rings out. I have an array of tools. I have my bent chain nose pliers. I have my flat pliers over here, but Sometimes they just aren't what I want to use because they're too big. So we're going to put this on like this. I'm going to grab this, and hopefully this will go through that center one. And not be too big. Just like that. Now we're going to close that right back up. Whoops. And I want to make sure that closes tight. I'm going to check. And that's good. I'm going to run my chain across it. It's catching right there, so I want to get my chain back away. For some reason it wants to catch right there. Back it up just a hair. Nice and smooth. There we go. Now this one I'm going to open, and we're going to hang the, if I can get a hold of it. Heart from it. And the reason I'm using 2 is because I want to make sure the heart hangs dead center. And I'm probably going to just have to drop that and start over. Maybe not. The heart is kind of in a gully there where I'm hooking. So it's kind of hard to get a hold of to do this. So let's get it. There we go. And again, making sure we have it all the way closed. Because this little loop right here is tiny. So I'm going to bring that up. It's not coming out, so we have a good. And then when I want to hang this from the chain, it hangs forward. Just like that. Now I'm going to plan out how I want these to lay on here. I don't want these too close. So we're going to put these. I want these in there somewhere. Let's put these dark ones, like I said, these are harvested, so let's put the dark ones on the outside of those. Put the pearls here. Put this like this close to there, maybe. No, I don't like that. Let's put that there, the pearl. I have an odd green one. Sorry about that banging, guys. Life of being around a garage. It is what it is. And I'm not going to need these because I'm doing it different. So, if you hear me stop the volume, it's because it got too loud. And what I'm going to do is find this and count. Or I might just measure. Measure might be easier. I'm going to come in. I think we're going to go that far. Maybe not. 3/4 of an inch. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to get a bunch of these out because I'm going to use them. I think my best bet is to catch. This is a really tiny chain I'm using. I cannot find my other gold chain, so bear with me. This is the only gold chain I actually could find. I kind of shocked myself. I was like, where's all my chain? So this is it. There we go. And I am trying to make sure that if there's a front or back to these, I am putting it that direction. And from that, I'm going to use the same spot. That's why I love using this. I can do from there to there. Mark that with my pin, like that. Actually, this one I think I can hook directly. Yes. This one I can hook directly. Get a hold of it. Pull the pin. Get a hold of that. Get a hold of this. I'm going to close that right back up. Just like that. Next one is going to be this one, and I do need to use a oops, up. See, I wasn't hooked into it. I was hooked into the chain itself. Come on. I want just the link. There we go. I'll pull that off here in a second. Whoops, I want to turn that around, right? There we go. We don't need that on there. Come on off. Come on off. Gone. There we go. I may have to turn him around later. And then two more on this side. Put him. Right there. Oh, I closed it without putting my thing on. How many of you were watching and said, hey, you forgot something? Oh my goodness. How funny. Now let's close it up. One more. And it's like every one of these have turned backwards after I got them on. I swear to God, every single one of them did. That is hilarious. I guess that I'll just turn the heart around when I'm done. That is funny. Look at that. Every one of them turned backwards after I put them on. Okay. One more, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish it while I'm on pause. And I'm sorry about the garage noises. It just is what it is. I can get a hold of that loop. I have not made jewelry in over a month, guys, so bear with me. I'm going to every single one of them turn backwards. I'll just turn my heart around when I'm done. So I'm going to finish this up and I'll bring you back. Okay, so I have the entire thing all beaded on. They're all facing forward now. That was a really quick fix. I am going to get some bigger jump rings. That's not it. Like I said, I'm a little discombobulated. I don't have everything exactly where it needs to be yet. And I need a lobster clasp and a couple of, and I don't think those are going to fit. I think I'm going to need to use the thinner ones that come with the lobster clasp. We'll see. But either way, I have 2 out. And we're going to go ahead and this is going to be kind of a shorter necklace, right? It's up close on your chest. And we're going to set that aside. I'm simply going to and I am going to get my flat pliers for this. It looks so much nicer. Find my opening. Turn around so I'm using my flat side. Open these. I'm going to slide this on. Saturday, I'm having a girls' day. And I'm going to slide on a bigger one for the jump ring to latch into. I'm going to close this. Click, click. You can hear that. It's got a good solid closure. Lay that down. And Michelle and I are going to go to Paola, to a big Walmart, and it usually has pretty good stuff for not only beading, but yarn and things. We're just having a girls' day. So, hoping to get some supplies and things. There's that. And putting on my clasp. Click, click. And clasp that shut. And there is that necklace. That is so pretty, and it reminds me so much of Wendy with the shells and things. Now let's go ahead and do the bracelet, which is quite a bit similar. And it too is going to be on this chain. Now this chain is really dainty. It is a pre-made chain. It's supposed to be for a bracelet, or you can cut it down to be a necklace and cut it down to be a bracelet, and it has already got the extender on it. I had gotten this in a kit to make bracelets or necklaces, but gosh, I don't know. That's really small. I don't think I can use this for that. Let's see what else I can do. Now this one I can get away with doing leather. You know what? I think I will. I think I'll do the bracelet in leather. I'll leave my leather right here. I sure did. I'm going to do the bracelet in leather. and we're going to knot this. So I'm just going to get a length out, and so this is going to be completely knotted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it around my wrist, and I'm actually going to wrap it twice, and that will give me a kind of an idea how long I want it, and I'm going to add a little extra. I would rather have more than not enough, and my scissors are right here, so we're going to cut this. I don't know how much I cut off. I'm just cutting. So the first thing I want to do is, this is going to be my center focal. To bangs. Like I said, these are all harvested, so they're going to have like, yeah, this one's got a little extra hangy thing. Probably going to take that off if I can get a hold of it. We don't need the extra jump ring. I'm going to just put this on. I'm going to come to the ends. That's going to be my center. And I am going to knot on either end. I'm going to give it space to move, but not a lot, okay? So there's one knot. I'm going to put a knot on this end also. Do the knots go through that? Probably do, don't they? Nope, not quite. Okay. Now let's see. What do we got here? We got green, we got these. I don't know, these may not work on leather because some of these have pretty big, the little pieces. The only ones I'm worried about is those. Let's try knotting one on and see. We could actually literally knot it on. That would be an idea. Physically make a knot. Knot it completely on. We could do that. Let's bring it right down close. Just like that. I kind of like that. Let's do that. We'll put one on the other side. We're just going with the flow here, guys. We're going to make a knot. Knot that little sucker right on there. Just like so. So far, this is what we've got. I like it. And let's see. We only have 2 pearls. We have 2 light greens. We have some more of these. I only have like 2 more of those, so let's go. Dark green, then some whites. Let's do that. So let's go. Let's do these next. Let's put a, do we just want to knot them on? I kind of want to let them free flow. So let's put a knot. Put another knot. We're going to take this off. We're going to knot this one directly. And we're going to knot this one directly. Oh my goodness. Let's get our knot going here, guys. Let's get our green one on. This one will have a knot. The green one. A knot. And the white one. We'll have to take that off. Let's see how far that takes us. I think that is going to be perfect. So let's go ahead and I'm going to pause you and finish this. I was just going to say, you're going to hear some banging. All right, I've got this really big clasp and I am actually just going to, well, maybe I'll tie it on different like this. We'll see. Now I think I'll do a regular knot and then glue it. I always, if I make a knot with leather, I always use glue just to hold it. I've already made my loop on the other end and glued it. So it is drying as we speak. I am going to make one more knot. I had to restring this. I had almost done, and I had to restring it because I pulled too tight on my leather and broke it. It is a problem when you're using the I think this is supposed to be 1mm leather, and it is very easy to break this if you pull too tight, especially when you're down to the end of this cord. So I will leave this and glue it. This is actually knotted here and the glue is still sticky. Now I have glue on my finger, but I looped this last little bit around and made a loop, and this will actually hook right into that loop. And forgive the little tails, they'll be clipped, but that is the bracelet. I love the shells. I love how it looks. I love the leather. After this is dry, I will take photos of both of these, and towards the end, they'll all be showcased. Now let's go ahead, and I love how this one turned out. They're both very pretty. Let's go ahead and work on, you see where I did all this. I'm going to pause you, clean up my mess, and get the next one out. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be a really long video, and it is it's a tribute video for Wendy Whitman. And this is out of the August box. Like I said, I've been moving, so I haven't had time to really do anything with any of it. So what I'm going to do right here is this is going to be a stringing project for all of this. I'm going to use some of the Beadalon bronze color. Hold on a second. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to use some of the Beadalon. Stop wiggling. 7-strand bronze color bead stringing wire. And we're going to start with this. This is going to be a necklace with something that Wendy did that I absolutely loved. It was an interchangeable necklace. But what I'm going to do is this is going to come off and it can be used as a bracelet. Okay, so that's kind of where the difference is going to be. And then I have a length of chain that's going to be used in the back of the necklace. This did not come in the August bead box. I am going to use the 18 karat gold plated brass leaf toggle clasp. And we're using the Autumn Jasper pebble beads and the Autumn Jasper 6mm beads and the Autumn Jasper, or the they're not Autumn Jasper. What are they? I lost my paper. The 8mm crystal faceted coin beads in olive, and we're going to use the Unikite brass faceted round links and the brass mushroom charm, and we're going to use one of the enamel brass mushroom charms. That's this one down here that you really can't see. It's off from the frame. And what do they call that? All of my stuff has gotten moved around. The little red beads. All right. I kind of moved things and then I lost my papers. But anyhow, we're just going to get to work on this and put this together. So this is something that Wendy had done on one of her videos. I also have some wire guardians. I have some crimp tubes and some I have some crimp covers. I don't know if we're going to need them, so I have a whole variety of things sitting here. I need my cutters. We're just going to cut a length. I'm going to do the bracelet first. Wow, these cutters come from a kit from Walmart, and they do not cut. They do not cut what they came with, and they don't cut this wire. Nothing's cutting this wire. It just is not cutting. Okay, so I'm going to start by putting I believe I'm just going to go ahead and put because I have it all set out. I did this last night. I'm going to go ahead and put my wire guardian on this end. So I'm going to need I turn this upside down, put my tube in there. There's my wire guardian, and I need a clasp. Get all the rest of the stuff out of my way. So we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to put my first bead on so it's out of the way. That gives me something to have on here. It just makes it easier for me. I'm going to put my crimp tube on. I'm going to put my wire guardian on. This is something I learned from Wendy. I was like, so this is why all of my stuff never worked right, never looked right. It always looked crappy. And I have a funny story to tell you. I had these beads, you know, they looked like they were metal. And I was like, oh, I'm going to crimp this down and, you know, squeeze around this, you know, and make this close so that this doesn't fall off. I'm going to go right down through so that part of this wire right here. Come on. And I squeezed it with my, I think I was just using like a pair of pliers. It was a funny story, guys. Funniest thing ever. You know what happened? It went crack. Guess what I was using? I did not know. This was years ago. I did not realize what I was doing. It was actually a glass bead. And I was so devastated. I was like, oh my gosh, I just broke that. What in the world is going on? Because I didn't know. I didn't know nothing about beading. I was just doing things, you know. Why is that wire guardian not squeezing? There we go. Looks much nicer. We're going to make that nice and tight. I'm going to get my crimping pliers. And we're going to crimp this tube. Make sure my wires are not crossed. Put it in that last valley. Crimp down. And then we're going to turn. And then we're going to crimp. Sideways. And it's on there. I always give it a good tug. So, that was, did you see what I forgot to do? That's okay. I forgot to put my jump ring on. I'm going to leave that tail and I'm going to stick it right down in there. I'm going to put the jump ring on with a tiny little one of these, but they're tiny. I have little ones in there. So I'll put that on last. I'm going to go ahead and string this up. I have pebble beads. I have just an array of everything. And like I said, when I started watching Wendy's videos, and she is so inspiring, and she had such a big heart, and she just gave so much to everyone that she came in contact with. She's dearly going to be missed. And her videos will always be where I go to if I ever need to remember how to do something. Now, like I said, this is a bracelet, so I need to, if I put this bead facing that way, I need to make sure that bead's facing that way. So I'm going to put the chubby end this way, pointing towards the center of the bracelet with a little end. And I probably will be binge watching her videos because there's so many videos I have not watched yet. that is just so inspiring and so full of stuff to learn. And this is the center of the bracelet, so I'm going to put my mushroom charm on, just like so. Come on, little fella. Ta-da! Whoops, I dropped it. I don't know why. I think I have to hold it. Let's get this out of the way. I know why I was holding it, so I didn't drop it on my stuff. There's that. Restringing this. Yeah, I remember what I had on there. Mushroom charm. Alright, let me double check everything and see where I'm at. And lay everything back out, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I realized I wasn't recording. I have it all strung, and I have my crimp tube on, my wire guardian, and I put it down through one more bead. I am going to just take my pliers, put it in the wire guardian. I'm going to give this kind of a little bit of a tug. I want that down there as tight as possible. I'm also going to give that wire guardian a squeeze. I want it down so that it's skinnier, so that it looks nicer. So we're going to squeeze that down. Again, we're going to kind of give that a tug. I want this to be loosey-goosey, but not too loosey-goosey. So we're going to go with that. I'm going to reach in here with my crimpers. Here you can't tell if you're crossed or not, so you just got to go with the flow. Crimp it. Turn your crimp tools. Squeeze. You can get to hold still. Squeeze. And then kind of squeeze it to make sure it's kind of squoze shut all the way. If it'll hold still for you. Hold still. I'm just going to take hold of my, there we go. And I'm going to pull. It's on there tight. And then I'm going to reach in here with my cutters and try to nip that off as short as possible. And get that wire out of the way. And then I'm going to take my itty bitty ones, get a hold of it better than that. And the reason why I wanted to do the wire cutters would not be good here. Bracelet first is I wanted to make sure that I left in plenty of room for this to dangle down in the necklace. So there's that. And then do the same on the other side. Itty bitty. And clasp. So we'll open this. Now when Wendy made hers, if you look through her videos, you'll find her interchangeable necklace, and what it is she used magnetic clasps on her bottom part of her necklace so that you could change out how they look. And they are really gorgeous. So there we go. There is the bracelet, and all you have to do is clasp one end into the other, and you have a very beautiful bracelet. And this will also clasp into the jump ring that I'll have here, and it will dangle in the bracelet. So let's go ahead and work on the necklace. The necklace is going to be 2 steps. So we're going to get rid of this piece out of our way. We're going to need 3 pieces of this. The one piece up at the top is going to need to be kind of short. Doesn't have to be very long, but you do need to leave long enough that you can crimp. So we're going to cut off probably about, I don't know, 6-8 inches. Again, find my little crimp tube, get it on there. And don't worry about, oh my gosh, I don't have, you know, whatever you want for your, whatever you're using for your beads. Don't worry about it, guys. I'm also going to put on, I'm just going to crimp this directly onto the necklace on this side. So let me get that necklace out. That's not the necklace. Where did I put the necklace? There it is. I was at first worried that this necklace wouldn't work, and then I changed my mind, decided to go with the flow. I guess it'll be fine. So I'm going to crimp right onto this necklace. So we're going to just put this necklace right over. If it'll go, it won't go over the crimp. So we'll have to use a jump ring. Okay, that's okay. Change of plans. We'll just crimp. Forgot to add my bead. Again, we're going to use just a small bead to start with. Where is my hole? I forgot to put him on first. But that's okay. It just gives me something to hold on to. And let's see. Make sure my wires are not crossed. I'm going to squeeze, see if I can squeeze it. I can squeeze it with my fingers a lot easier than I can with my tools, so we'll just do that. Push everything up. And get my crimping pliers, and we're going to go ahead and crimp, turn, it'll stop turning on me, crimp, and it turned, of course, so it's probably going to be a bad crimp on me. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Let's see. I will put a bead cover on that. That looks terrible. So I'm going to show you a bead cover. Let me get you back on there. There we go. I'm going to squeeze this down just a hair. And I do have tiny little bead covers. And these crimp bead covers come in different sizes. This is the smallest that I've got. And I find that it's easier if I can get a hold of this little tiny guy. He looks like a Pac-Man. We're going to get a hold of him. About like that. And we're going to slide him right down over where that crimp is. And we're going to get him in place. And we're going to kind of give him a squeeze if I can get him in place. Because I want him to cover that ugly little crimp. Once you have him in place, you just kind of want to round him off. Make him look cute. Make him look like a little silver bead. Just like that. That looks so much better than that ugly crimp that was there. Now we're going to go ahead and finish beading this little section. And then, of course, I'm going to go the chubby end top, pointing down. I love these red beads. They are so pretty, and they actually accent very nicely. At first I was like, what am I going to do with these bright red beads? They look really out of place, but they look so pretty when you put them with the rest of these. The people that curate these boxes are just absolutely wonderful. Yeah, get rid of that tail that's sticking up. Put it inside the beads. You didn't go. Come on, get down in there. I don't want you sticking out. And once you start putting stuff together, they're amazing. So I'm going to go ahead, crimp this, and I'm going to crimp it to this. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the necklace, and I'll bring you back. Okay, so I had the absolute worst luck with this one. Oh my gosh, it would not, with the wire guards and stuff, that it just would not stay put. So I did like 5 times before I could get the little crimp tube to crimp and stay. So that was an issue. But I got it fixed and it's on there. It's snug. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the main part of the necklace. But what I need to do is make sure that when this is in there and hooked to this, the main part of the necklace this does not touch the main part of the necklace when it's fastened. If you see what I mean. And I think I may need to add maybe just a couple more beads. Let's add just a couple more of these. Doesn't need much. I would say let's add a couple of these right here to give it just a hair bit more length. Because this is going to come down just like this. I think that's going to be perfect. So let's go ahead and string this up. So I'm going to start with First we're going to put this bead on. Seems to work better if I put a bead on first. Don't know why. A crimp tube. And guys, these are Walmart crimp tubes, so I'm having a wicked of a time with them. And then my wire guardian. And these come from Hobby Lobby, so, you know. And then I'm going to bring it around. Get it down in there. And these will be fastened on with a jump ring. So I'm not worried about whether or not, you know, I have anything hooked to it. Make sure this is snug. I'm going to squeeze this down so it looks a little neater, not so bulky. Get it to hold still. Make sure my wires are not crossed. Get my crimping pliers. Crimp. Turn. Now feeling this one's not going to hold. And crimp. Surprisingly it did, even though it did not crimp where it should have. I don't like the way that looks because it actually squashed my wire guardian. It's not holding. This is coming off. Okay. Let's take it off. Start over. This is what happened earlier. Alright, I'll be right back. So as you can see, I'm halfway through stringing the necklace, and this is going to go right here. But because this is this way and I need it to go this way, I have a jump ring, and because of the size of the beads, I need the jump ring to be fairly big. Not too big it's going to go over the beads, but big enough that it's going to nestle in there good, and this still hang down correctly. So I have a jump ring that I'm going to put on this, and I'm double checking to make sure this is going to hang good, because this is going to hook onto this jump ring. We're going to bring this down, and then of course it's going to come over here and also hook on a jump ring. So we're going to bring it up like this. It's going to clear perfectly. I think it's going to look lovely. So I'm going to go ahead and not use the cutters. We're going to go ahead and put this jump ring. Find the split. Right there. We're going to open it. Always twist, never pull. And we're going to close it and make sure it's closed up really good, because this wire is really thin. And it could easily come out of that. You see that's not quite closed right. You want to make sure that that's closed really well. This jump ring may not be able to be used. Because no matter what I do, it's overlapping. Let's just get rid of it, get a better jump ring. Sometimes you just have to do that. Sometimes they just don't want to work. Just don't cooperate. So we'll try a different one. Sorry about the garage noises, guys. Perfect. So we'll go with that one. I'm going to go ahead and put this on. I'm going to check and make sure this is not going to slide through. And it's not. Perfect. And I'm going to finish beading and I'll be right back. I thought I was recording. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay. So I have this all together. I cannot believe that it was not recording. I used jump rings to fasten these together. And I'll tell you guys, I had to restring this whole thing. That's how bad it turned out. Now I'm going to take this piece. This is a piece of chain. It's the 18 karat gold plated. I'm going to kind of make sure it's not as kinky as it is. I'm going to find the center of it. And I'm going to cut it from my cutters. And we're going to cut the center of this chain. And this towel I'm using is an old craft towel. It's got brown paint. It's got stain on it. It's, you know, for like staining wood and you name it. It's on it, guys. There's not much I can do about it. But I can't find my beading mat, so why are you not cutting? This is twice now I've had this problem with these cutting this chain. I don't understand why it's not wanting to cut it. So I'm using what I've got handy. I know it looks terrible. That is not going to hold. If I can get that off there. Oh no. Is it going to hold or not? I really damaged it. Let's see if I can get that off there. There we go. Don't want that damaged piece on there. So we're going to go ahead and use probably these little ones to fasten it to the wire guardians that are here. And I'm not going to make you watch this. This is already a really long video. Okay, so I've decided to go ahead and do the earrings in a different video. But this is the clasp that I'm using. It is kind of close to not being a very secure clasp. It does stay in there. And this is how this necklace works. We have the necklace, which is a good length, and then you can either use this just as a bracelet, or you can fasten this right here, one on that side, one on this side, as a multi-layer necklace. So let me turn it around so it's facing this way. Let me get my green towel underneath. I don't know if that'll look better or not, but I think it will. So we have this multi-layer necklace that can be worn as a multi-layer necklace like this, or you can take the bracelet part off. Sorry about the bruise on my arms, guys. And get my hair tie off. And I found that if I put my bracelets under the edge of something, I can fasten them by myself. Let me get this turned the right way. And then I have a bracelet to go with the necklace. So how cool is that? It's something I've learned through Wendy, and I'm really gonna miss her. I'm gonna miss seeing new videos from her. My heart goes out to her family, and we're all going to be you know, it's definitely a shock. She was a type of person that gave her 100% plus to everybody and everything she did. And so I just wanted to do a video kind of showcasing some things that I've learned through watching her videos. And my phone is like not wanting to focus too well. I'll hold it up like this. Kind of to kind of memorize her a little bit. I've got a tool under there that's kind of making it a little rough. But she inspired so many of us to do special things, to do better, and to grow and to learn. And she just was a very special person. So I'm going to go in, leave this video just like it is. And I appreciate each and every one of you, and I thank you all so very much. I do have the other pieces done, and because I probably can't edit this video because it is so long, let's see if I can get all of the pieces up here that I did today. We've got that one. Let me go ahead and the glue is dry on this. Whoops, I am so sorry, guys. I am so sorry. Let's snip that tail off. This is the shell necklace or bracelet that I also made. What's on leather. And here is the seashell necklace with the heart. Oh, and I've got it backwards. Yes, no, nope. So, and of course when I lay it down, things are going to flip. So everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I know this is a very long video. My camper's not really set up yet, but I appreciate each and every one of you. Have the most blessed day. Always love on your family, and you never know when your last hug and kiss and I love you is going to be your last. So I love each and every one of you. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye-bye.